What's going on? Today I'm gonna make a tips and tricks video on Lucky Offense. Um, Game came out a few weeks ago, and since then I've been looking on YouTube trying to find good tips and tricks videos on the game, and unfortunately a lot of those videos they seem to be made by people who don't play the game that much, and therefore the tips and tricks aren't that great. You can see I'm level 30. I have a fair bit of stuff upgraded. I played a good bit. Um, I believe it's like 215 games. 217, you can see right there. Uh, Anyways, so the first tips and tricks I want to get into is read what all of your artifacts do. I believe that's what these are called. Our relics. Alright. These abandoned shuriken, slime juice, coat, and these three, they give you boost based on whether you're holding an item or not. So you get a 60% attack increase if your mercenary is holding any item. 60% HP increase and 41% attack speed. It's gonna vary depending on your level of the item. But you get these three boosts if your mercenary is holding any item at all. Target, you get 20% recovery if you get a critical hit, which will come into a strategy that I'll go over later. But just read through them. Like balance, if you're holding 100 coins or more, then you get an 80% attack boost. So whenever I start the game, I go the first couple of waves, spawn everything that I can. And once I hit about wave 7 or 8, I save up to 100 coins, and I never go below 100 coins the rest of the game for that 80% attack boost. And so just go through and read these. Most of them are just boost, HP boost, attack speed, attack, additional damage to stun. That one's also very good. That's also part of my strategy that I'll go over. And then crit damage boost, crit chance boost, 11% crit chance is very important as well. My next tip and trick is always watch all the ads, get all the free stuff that you can. You can get some free gold, you can reset your shop, you can get some free diamonds, stuff like that. And I always buy all of the scrolls for the recruiting from out of the shop, and all of the keys for your relics. Those two are very important, because recruiting is how you're going to get all your mythic stones to upgrade your mythics. And that's pretty much the only thing to spend diamonds on, really, is the keys and the scrolls. You could save up and buy mythic stones. Also, spend your diamonds on actually getting the mythics at the beginning of the game. But once you got them all, the only thing to really spend your diamonds on is the mythic stones and the items in the shop, the keys, and those scrolls. But anyways, I recommend that you upgrade your stuns first. You kind of want to level them up evenly, but what I would do is, like, I upgraded my bandit to 6 first, and then you can upgrade the mushroom to 6, a robot to 6, or I would go robot first, and then with my rares I did the shock robot first, because the stuns are very important because of that relic, the dice, like I told you earlier. Anyways, so just kind of upgrade evenly, but I would start with the stuns first because of that damage boost. As far as mythics go, For normal mode, you want Chef. He does very well. Especially if you can get some range on him and some more lifesteal. Because he has an ability that has lifesteal, recovers 8% of damage dealt. Which is very good, obviously. But if you can go ahead and get some more lifesteal on him, makes it even better. Carter, very good. It does damage reduction for the mercenary that's beside it to the left. Let's see, at the start of the battle, link with an ally behind Carter and take down 50%, and takes 50% of their damage taken. And then also level 6. They all go around the linked ally. So those two are really good for normal as well as Meow. I think I beat normal first with the Meow. Very good, especially if you can get the mana regeneration really fast. So fast attack speed. They have items in the actual match that make you get extra mana for attacking, extra mana for getting kills, stuff like that. Mana boost, very good for Meow. Good thing about Chef is he doesn't have an ultimate. So you look at this one, you have your ultimate, it says ULT above it, it has the orange background. Those ultimates, they cost mana to do. Chef does not have any ultimates, so you don't have to worry about using item spaces to help use the ultimates faster. And those are the best ones for normal mode. For hard, you want to use the mech right here because it summons robots. They're very good. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and start a game and I'll show you my strategy. So first, I'm gonna summon everything I can. Alright, that's all I can summon. This one, ranged, I put them in the back. Stuns, I always put the stuns in this front row. And you start battle. I usually, since I have a lot of upgrades, I can just run through these first couple relatively quickly. I either just summon straight off the bat all throughout these waves until about wave 8. And then I save up to that 100 points like I was talking about earlier for the 80% boost. But in this case, I'm just going to keep running straight through till probably wave 9. You're just saving up coins. Just because there's no real point in starting a wave spinning. Where I'm at, obviously earlier in the game when you're not making it to wave 50 every single time, it's going to be more important to spend those coins between every wave. So I'm going to summon as much as I can. Alright, one thing I always do is I summon Bandit King. He has this ability right here, adds crit for each bandit that you have. So I have 4 bandits, and it adds a 1.5% crit for each one. So that's going to be 6% crit rate increase just for having these bandits on the field. So I'm going to keep those on the field as long as I can. And so I have that 6% increase from the Bandit King. I also have 3% up in the top that you can see, as well as that 11 from the relic that I showed you earlier. So I have 20% crit rate right now. And each crit attack heals 20% of the damage dealt for all of my mercenaries. Alright, like I said, stuns in the front. This guy, he kind of teleports to whatever slot he's on the opposite side of the field, and then there's ranged in the back, like I said earlier. And the reason I put the stuns in the front One, you get a boost damage on stunned enemies, but also stunned mercenaries have a lot of health. If you compare, you see 2,400 health versus 500 health, 1,300 health, 100 health. So I mean, you can see how bulky those are. Just make sure you're putting your range towards the bed. I like to usually keep them in the third row, just so they're somewhat close to the battle, but not gonna be some of the first attacked. I usually keep my second row for my all my bandits stunned in the front, and then you kind of just run through the waves. Right now we are trying to get a chef. Just so I can show you that strategy. That's one of my favorite strategies. If you can get the equipment, any chance that you can get equipment, I would take it, just because equipment is very important. Just like those relics that I said earlier. 60% attack boost, 60% HP boost, and I think it was like 21% attack speed boost. Ooh, here we go. I think I want to do this just so we can try to get a mythic out soon, which didn't really help me out too much. This guy is also very good because he has that attack speed increase by 20%. I believe they stack, so it should be 40%. I could be wrong. Make sure you have the stuns in the front. I'll combine those since I have this guy. I know I had to get all my bandits back, but since we're so early in the game anyways, it's not too big of a deal. Let's see, what do we have? So you want to grab the equipment, like I said earlier. You can also, you hit on recipes at the bottom, you can switch between your equipment and mythics to see what you need to summon all your different mythics, as well as what items you need to combine to get different equipment. So anyways, I'm gonna keep summoning. I would also recommend going through and reading. So I'll finish that in a second. But material subscription, one of the best. The earlier you can get it, the better. Every 5 waves, you're gonna get a free equipment. Let's see. The human wave tactic is also relatively good. It's gonna be better in hard mode than normal, if you're making it to wave 50 in normal. If not, then it's still very good, but I'll explain why. Actually, I'll just explain it now. On wave 50, the boss gets 10% attack boost for every mercenary of yours it kills. And so with this, the more mercenaries you have, the more attack you have, more HP, more attack speed. However, that's more potential attack that the boss gets on wave 50. So I'm obviously going to pick the material subscription because you want to be able to get the most amount of equipment as possible. Like I was saying, I'd recommend going through reading all of these. There's a lot of them that are pretty good. And also go through and read all your mythics. See what they do. You can get a little bit of information on them right here, but you get a lot more whenever you're actually outside of the game. You can go look at what they get for getting them to certain levels, all that. Let's see. Here we go. There's a mech. Very good for hard mode. since mine's level 12, it's also fairly good for this one. The only issue with this, if you have a lower level one, is it does summon the mech bots. And if the wave 50 boss kills a bunch of your mech bots and keeps getting those attack boosts, then it's gonna become too strong. But since mine is such high level, it has the super mech bots, very powerful for normal as well. For the mech bot, you want to, as far as equipment goes, you're going to get one of these, the Predator's Fang, which is going to increase your attack speed by 70% for 4 seconds after using your ultimate skill. And so pretty much with your mech, you want to use the ultimate skill as much as possible. And so you're never going to have 4 seconds between use of the ultimate skill. So pretty much after that first one triggers, you're going to have attack speed increase of 70% the rest of the wave. And then you want 2 wind shurikens, which means that your basic attacks are going to grant 2 additional, because you're going to have 2 of them, mana. And so if you click on here, you see up in the top corner, you need 8 mana to trigger the ultimate, or the ultra, whatever it is. And so with that attack speed increase, your basic attack's doing, I believe you get 1 mana per basic attack, and then with 2 of these you're going to get 2 more, so it's going to be 3. So pretty much every 3 attacks you're going to trigger and summon. With mine being level 12, I believe I summon 2 or 3 super mech bots. We'll see in just a second. Let's summon this. Get rid of this stuff. Don't really need it. Alright. Also, I want to make sure that it's inside of the range of this, because you're going to get that attack speed from the Tiger Masters as well. Yeah, see, so I summon 3 every time the ultimate goes off. And I could probably beat wave 50 with what I have set up right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to like wave 30 quick. We also just got another wooden shield. I'm gonna throw wooden shield on this guy just so he gets that all those boosts from the relics like I was talking about earlier. But I'll be back when I hit wave 30. Alright, we're on wave 30. Took him out real quick. I just wanted to show you the epic cards. None of these are really too great. Chaotic Bag can be helpful. Especially since I don't really need any of my equipment. But also, this one's going to be good because I can get me some more bandits. Raise my crit. Also, summon a Carter. Here we go. Carter is very good. Throw that right there. So pretty much the damage that my Necromancer would take, Carter is going to take part of it. I think it's 50%. Yeah, 50%. So it's almost like 50% damage reduction. But I'm going to summon the rest of these. Equipment. I'm not getting anything great. I'm going to throw both of these on there. And I get damage reduction. And I'll sell this stuff because I don't really need it. But I'll be back once I hit wave 40. Alright, we're on wave 40 now. Another tip, as you see right here on the side, this I don't know what it is. It's a little skull. You can click and you can see different things. I wish I would just hold, but you see like the boss, it deals damage to enemies that cast their ultimate skill and teleports. So pretty much this will tell you what the different stuff does. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and summon, and then we've actually started. Oh, we are now starting. Um, I also got a couple more pieces of equipment on like wave 30. Let's see what we get here. None of these are really great for what I have. Guess I'll just do that one. Another thing, you have your little levels down here. They increase, so you have a lot of coins and you're about to go from like wave 30. Like say you're like wave 39 and you know you can beat wave 40, save your coins, spend them after. Because you have better chance of getting higher rarity stuff. But other than that, I'm gonna kind of go over what equipment you want for some of these guys. So for Carter, you want to have Blessing of Gia, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, you want to get this one. The earlier the better because you gain extra HP every wave, as well as 150% increase in HP. Let's see. What else is there? This one, also pretty good. Start a battle, increase HP by 50% for self, horizontally adjacent allies. That's just gonna boost your health, Carter's health, and the one behind it. Also the one in front of it, but the one behind it's more important to Carter. And then you could throw in something. It's gonna increase the attacks. Let's see. This guy, you can give him that, and so then he's using his ultimate, which is gonna heal linked allies by 30%. You know, so it's gonna help heal that guy some more. I already went over him for Chef, which is another very important one. This guy, what you want to give him is going to be this one. The earlier the better, because you get that attack boost for every kill. You know, if you're already on wave 40 before you can get that, maybe switch it out for something else. But if it's like maybe wave 20, you know, the latest I would go would be like 30, 35 to give them this, just because it's not as great after that. Although you do still get that base 150% attack increase, so it's not too bad. You want that one? You definitely want the Eastern Longbow, because one of Chef's biggest problems is it's a single attack. So it's gotta attack until it kills and then run to the next one. With this, you get attack speed boost, crit boost, which is always going to be good because you heal off of those crits, as well as that longer range. And then you want to boost his health, or you can give him the Soul Reaper for the additional damage, the 15% life steal. So whatever damage he does, you get 15% of that as heal, on top of the 8% that you get base from Chef for one of his passive abilities, and the healing that you get from doing crits, and then also 5% damage reduction. And then you get a shield for 25% of your max HP first time the HP drops below 30%. That's what you want to get for Chef. And then for Meow, what you want is one of these again. Same thing. The earlier the better. You want a Soul Reaper as well. Same reasons. And then you can go this. Just for that attack boost. You can go and the Predator Fang for the health boost, attack speed boost, which is going to let you use your ultimates faster. You can go into this, which is going to let you use your ultimates faster as well as attack boost. It kind of varies. Whatever your items allow you to get. Right now I need to build on Necromancer. I don't really have anything great that I can craft. I will get this though. This is very important for Necromancer. So we'll throw that on them. And then we can maybe throw this. I'm not sure what the 4% means on this, but it is whatever. I'm actually just gonna save those until wave 49 and see what we can get. I'll be back at wave 49. Alright, we are beating wave 49 now. Another thing that I would like to add about mech is items like this one don't really help on mech because it's personally not getting most of the kills. Most of the kills are coming from its bots, which are not going to add to the boost for this, as well as the little blood pool that you can get from the purple. Also not that great for mech. Much better on something that's doing most of the damage itself. Let's see. Like Chef, very good with the blood pool. It's not called the blood pool, I forget what it's actually called, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It gives you life steal and stuff like that. I'm just gonna run through the rest of this, see if we can get a couple more bandits, get our last little boost on attack and attack speed, all that. Go ahead and double the coins. Ooh. Now the golden gauntlet, that one's very good. Every 500 coins pretty much doubles your power. I kind of want to spin the rest, but we'll get that just because there's nothing really better. It will still give us a little attack boost for our 100 coins that we're going to keep. The Shockwave, that one's very good on Chef because he does a lot of damage, and so it can take out a lot of the enemies around it as well. I'm going to get Healing Pulse because Necromancer is going to use his ultimate a lot. And, sorry. This one heals every third attack. Or it does additional damage and then heals off of that. And so it's got really high attack speed, so it's going to help it heal a lot. Alright, let's see what we can do. This is not the best strategy. Well, there you go. We won. Anyways, now this is a very long video. Hopefully you got a lot of tips out of it. Last biggest tip is join some of the discords. The Lucky Defense Discord also has channels for Lucky Offense, as well as there is a Lucky Offense Discord out there as well. I'm always on there, trying to help people out, give them tips and tricks and all that on there. So if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'm going to do a Q&A, as well as you can join those discords, and I will answer any questions on there. My Discord is Drader, same as the YouTube. But that would be all. I'll probably make a part 2, but this video is 30 minutes long. I'm surprised that you made it this far. You can drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. I'm going to be making a lot more Lucky Offense content, mainly because I don't really think that there's anyone else speaking English that's making that great of Lucky Offense content. I know there's a lot of Koreans that play and they make great content, but as an English speaker, it's not the best for me. Anyways, I'm going to go. See you on the next one.